Hey there, Johnny Daniel, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. Just waiting to see who's coming on. I'm gonna set up the computer. You know the drill. How are you tonight? Oh, that is the wrong thing. There we go. So how are you guys tonight? Are you doing all right? Let me move. Move and move and move. Okay. So, it's been warm today. I think we got another 2 weeks of this. Whew. Hey Barbara, how are you? Well, hello Pen. How are you, honey? Hi, Miss Lisa. Yay! Serene, yay! Awesome! Awesome. I haven't sent any yet. I figured I'm going to start the 1st of September and go all the way to her birthday. That's what I think I'm going to do. So for those of you that don't know, I have blogged about this, so I'll start with this since Serene's on. Her youngest daughter, Patricia, Pez, is in Air Force boot camp, basic, however you say that. I'm a Marine wife, so I don't know, but the beginning. And she is turning 18 September. Oh, Serene, will you type it in? I can't remember, honey. 17th, I think. Anyways, so if you'd like to send her a happy birthday and make her day, that would be great. No packages, no glitter, no perfumed envelopes, no candy, no packages. I think I already said packages. I think that's it. So, 14th. Okay. Got it. I was close. I'm sorry, I didn't remember. So anyways, so if you want to send her a birthday card, please message me on the side, and I will get you her address. Yes, I said that. She is turning 18. So, she's doing great things. So, so that's what we have for that. Let's see what else is going on. It's the end of the month, right? So that means celebration finishes tonight. What else finishes tonight? If you want the materials for free for the, which month are we on? September's. Oh my. If you want the materials for free for September's online class, which is Halloween themed, but honestly it's black and white. The stamps are what make it Halloween. So if you don't like Halloween, we'll get there, right? So that is finishing tonight. Club is changing as of tomorrow morning. Actually, it kind of already has. I've posted the new host code, so if you like those bonuses better, go for it. It's active right now, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you do the new one, those bonuses are not going to ship until starting the 16th. So you will not have them another week plus after that. So we're looking at like 22nd, 26th, something like that. So just FYI for you. So, let's see. What else? We got 3 cards to make tonight. I'm going to flip you around. So we don't have time to waste. So hold on a minute. All right. Let me flip this. Let me flip that. Let me do this, and we're gonna see. I'm not quite lined up, but we're gonna get there really, really, really quick. I'll let you know when I'm done moving, if you're one of those that it bugs you, and I don't blame you if it does. So I'm gonna scooch down a tiny, and we'll recenter if we need to. So You would like the night stuff and whatever you said about doing Halloween. Oh, brother. Okay. So the class for September, like Queen sang about, oh, I love ya. The class for September is 2 fun fold cards, a layered tag that you can put a gift card in, and a slide pocket with the mini pocket envelope dies. That is that. The materials for this Facebook Live, those will be available through Saturday. And I don't remember what else we were talking about. Oh, celebration. You already got that. We're good. So, all right. So, before I get into the three cards tonight, I am going to talk about a featured product. Okay? So, so the featured product for tonight are these, I'm calling them mini stamp kits. Okay? So what I've done is I've taken a stamp set. Here's the stamped version of it. I've put a block in ink, the same color as the stamp, and the stamp set, as well as 8 blank cards and envelopes with a sample card and envelope, so technically 9, okay? And this is $10. So these are not the only 3 I have, but I just thought I'd let you know that these will be available at the farmer's market, and shortly after farmer's market they will also be available online. So if you could hear me over the plastic. So let's see, I'm not gonna write the host codes down because honestly there are like 4 of them going right now. So we're just gonna get to the cards. Okay, so this is one of the cards we're going to be making tonight. So the idea for tonight is masculine cards, using things that are not necessarily how they always are, you know, all that, you know, all the typicals, right? But still fairly simple because it's 3 and I got to get through them, right? So this one, and then this one we're going to be coloring the ribbon, stretching out the label, that kind of stuff. And then this last one, this is going to be embossing with the dies. For those of you that went to Lisa's, I actually found a better layer sandwich, for lack of better terms, to do this. So you might want to hang out. So if you do order the materials, you're gonna get all the materials for the 3 cards, okay, for $15 mailed to you. You will need some kind of circular stamp or just words with embossing. All of this will be already embossed. You will have to cut this in half. You will need adhesive, okay? Then you will need some kind of marker to color the ribbon. And then you will need the scissors to cut this in half and some kind of something to stamp in there, okay? Same with this one, and this will already be punched out for you. So, fairly simple, and you will be able to get 3 cards done, lickety-split, probably like, I would say 20 minutes or so. So, the hard part's gonna be done for you. We'll just say that, okay? So let's make some room here. I have the dies out. I have the He's All That bundle out, if you're wondering. There we go. And I also have the Tulip Builder Punch. Now, my Tulip Builder Punch does not work like normal punches. I don't know what happened to it. It still functions, but I have to drop it to get the spring to release. So just know that there's going to be some clunks tonight, and that's okay. Okay? So, let's see. And then I have the Mint Macaron Stampin' Right marker. This is like the ink pads, the rectangular ones that are this shape. These are the alcohol pens. So tonight we are using the water-based one. Okay? So let's get everything I need for the first card, huh? And hopefully we have room to do all this. We'll see how it goes, right? Okay. So first card up we're gonna do this one, okay? So I need this paper. Like I said, we're going through the stack, right? So I need this paper. I need a card. And the dark is on that side. We're good. So I think we're good. Okay? So have y'all had dinner? I'm just curious what you had. I'm always looking for new ideas. That's how I find new ideas, right? So I don't know about you, but that's how I do things. All right. So for tonight, we are cutting, let's see. The outer mat is 3 3/4 by 5. We're going to put that to the side. 3 3/4 by 5. The card base is, I should go over this, the thick basic white card base. So my card bases, I pre-score, pre-cut because I do make so many cards. It is an 8.5 by 11. This is cut in half at 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. If you get a whole stack and want your card bases cut, I do it for $5 an hour because I have electronic scoring and big hunker card guillotine cutters and stuff like that, so I can do it fairly quick. So if you would like that, I am more than happy to do that for you. All right, so the inner mat, that doesn't look straight. Let's double check that. I'm like, no, we're good, but well, we're gonna trim this just a hair. All right, so all right, and then this one, because this did not look straight to me. I guess it's just because of the line. Anyways, so this one is going to get cut at 3 1/4. No, that definitely was crooked. 3 1/4 and by 4.5. How do I know this? Because it's an inch in from the card base. Okay, that is why. So looks like my blade's about to go. So we're gonna just hopefully smooth it out enough and call it a day. Okay. All right, so we're gonna get that glued on, and then we're gonna get going on the fun part of the card. Okay, so first things first, figure out which way the card's folding, and we're gonna glue our designer series paper from the He's All That set. Hopefully line this up. Now we're putting the glue on the opposite side so that way we have the green coming up, right? So here we go. All right, so I always tend to work from bottom to top unless it's something complicated. So now I'm going to get my ribbon. This is the, let's see, 3/4 inch. No, it's bigger. No, it's 3/4 inch frayed ribbon. Okay. So one thing to note with this, because it is a little bit loose, messy, whatever you want to say that, make sure your scissors are really super sharp. Okay. So we're going to color this first and then trim it. So I'm grabbing my marker. This is mint macaron. Why? Because it matches that green. And I'm literally going like this. Now, if you wanted to go like this inside all the grooves, you can do that. But I want more of a distressed look. I don't want it to be solid green. I just want it to be mainly green. Okay? So depending on what you want is how much time you spend doing this. Okay? Doesn't matter if the seam's in the middle, because that's where my words and stuff are gonna go, so it doesn't matter. There we go. All right. So, okay. And if you're measuring, you want it at about 3.5 inches, give or take. So, man, I could have like done with half of that, huh? All right, so now I'm gonna grab my glue dots. If your glue dots are having summertime blues and are stringy, crazy, a little bit not consistent like mine are right now, a little boogery, throw them in the fridge for a minute and then let them sit out for about 30 seconds, if that, and they will come back to shape if it bugs you. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, for me. Okay, so there we go. There's that. You'll want to let that dry a little so you don't get ink on your fingers, but that's pretty good at absorbing everything. So just for your info. All right, so now I'm grabbing a piece of basic white. I'm clearing off my area a little bit, and we're gonna grab our die cut for the circle and for that. So that we're gonna grab is this one and this one. Okay. All right, so what was for dinner, my dear? Anybody? I had a weird dinner tonight. I think my body was just craving stuff. I had a piece of toast, I had scrambled eggs, and I had an avocado. So my body probably needed a little bit of fat and a lot of protein to build on. Don't know. I've been working out, so like I just try to listen and move on. So, all right. So now we are going to cut these guys. So to cut them with dies, you're gonna get the big chunker on the bottom. That's number 1. The number 2 is the adapter plate, and then the number 3, both of them on the bottom, and then on the top, cracking is normal, creaking is normal, cracking is not, and that is your sandwich. So, and then we should, in theory, be good, and I'm going to put these back in. Why? So I don't lose them when I need them for the next card. Chopstick and green onion. That sounds really good. Okay. I'll be over when? Okay. No, I'm just teasing, but you hear me. All right. Okay. So now I've got my pieces and parts. So now we're going to do some stamping. So we're going to do early espresso. And I'm going to grab a block and a smaller block. Maybe. Okay. And we are gonna grab the little frame guy, the little corner, and then this is gonna go here, and this is gonna go here. This is just to give a little bit of definition to this white piece. So there's that. That's all done. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to put this back. I know, doesn't it? It sounds great, doesn't it? All right, so we're going to dry that a little bit. Now, this one, I don't know if you noticed, but I liked the bus, but I didn't like together for the long haul because I'm not doing like anniversary or anything like that. So what am I going to do? I'm grabbing my marker. And I'm just going to do the bust and the outline. We're going to get the brush tip. If you do not have the marker, you can always stamp your ink on a block, grab your blender pen, and then do it the same way. Okay? So we're going to go and hopefully quickly go here. And we're going to go here. And I'm going to get my bus. Get my wheels, get my surfboard. I'm doing mainly the edges first because then I know to be careful and then I can hurry the rest of it, right? That's how my brain works. Get the detailed stuff out first and then do the rest. Let's get that. Okay. So now we're gonna breathe and huff on it like we're cleaning glasses. And then we are gonna stamp. You wanna make sure your stamp is super duper clean because otherwise you will have pieces and parts, right? Shadows, as it were. So you wanna make sure you are super clean on this one, okay? And then on the next one as well. So this is gonna come off. And then I wanted the birthday one. Where did I see? So what did I do? Happy birthday, you're amazing. I think we're gonna do adventure this time though. Okay, so this one I'm gonna stick here and we're gonna ink and we're gonna do just the words out of this. So if you got to get your glasses, this is when you need them, right? Oh yeah. So thankfully I can do this at the same time though, but I'm just gonna do the words. Okay, so we are going. Now, you know, this is great when you're doing flowers or something where you want multiple colors because you can put them all on and then huff them and be ready to go. The breath of the moisture in your breath, sorry I misspoke, brings that ink back to life since it's a water-based ink. Yeah, I liked the other one better, but what's done is done. So now we're gonna finish this, close this up. Yeah. Sounds good. Like I said, I had scrambled eggs and an avocado and a piece of toast because the dog woke up late and I figured I'm gonna feed him a little bit of that. And you know, you just gotta, you know, do what you gotta do, right? So the baby usually gets stuff, we'll just say that. So the baby is 15, almost 15, so he pretty much gets what he wants. And then some. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. So you just want to make sure it's kind of straight. Do not put it face down, or face up rather, on your paper because it's got sticky spots to it. Instead, we're gonna put some dimensionals to pop this guy out. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, probably enough. If you want to do more, you go, you know? So, all right. And then this guy goes right there. What do you think? Do you like? Do you like? One down, 2 more to go. All right. Now we're gonna do this guy, and this guy has this paper. Let's get some things out of the way so I can keep going. Did I clean this? I don't remember, but I'm gonna put it away so I can find it when I need it. Otherwise, if we get cluttered, I'm gonna be done. So all right, so now we're gonna grab this long skinny base. This is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5. See your salad. Sounds good. Refreshing. It's been too hot. It's just been so hot. All right, so now, so we got our card base done. All right, so now we got to cut the mats, right? Okay, so when we cut the mats, this is what we consider directional paper. So you got to make sure the direction is going the way you want it when you cut it. Not so much for the back one, but definitely for the front one. So the outer one is 5 1/4 by 4. And I believe that's all I'm going to need of that. So 5 1/4 by 4. Okay. So this flip side is my outer mat. Okay. And we got some tips on that. If you're creating, don't glue it down yet, okay? So then we have 3 3/4 by 5. This is the one you got to make sure the direction is going the correct way. Okay. So 3 3/4 by 5. And then we're going to roll another label out. Wherever my white scrap piece went. We're going to get all our cutting done first. And then we're going to be ready to go, and it'll be easy and it'll come together quick. I don't know about you, but since I do so many cards, I'm always about having it come together quickly. So I want to make impact, and I want to do it as many times as I can. So I want to make sure that I can do it more than once, right? So we're just gonna, because I'm not standing up, it's harder. Whew, much harder for me, but it's okay. All right. I'm so glad that didn't drop on the floor. So all right, so do you guys know about the, I don't know if you've read the newsletter or not. Do you know that there are going to be weekly specials in September? So every, what day are they coming out? I think it's Thursday through Wednesday. I'm trying to remember the dates off the top of my head, and it's not working. I have a flyer over there, but you know how this goes. Anyways, so there will be weekly specials starting tomorrow, and then let's see what else. I don't know. All right, so we got to get our mustache, right? So you're going to grab your tulip builder punch, and you're going to put it in as far as you can. This is the outer mat. We're going to do this, okay? And remember, mine sticks, right? I warned you. So now, because my mustache, the curve cannot be the same way, I have to flip this over so that way it curves the same direction or the opposite way. I'm like, how do I don't know why, but it's better to bang it than to have to buy a new one, right? So, all right, so there's my mat. The tulips I haven't figured out another use for, so off they go. And they're not of tulip color, so I don't know how to explain that. All right, so now we're going to stamp our Hello Handsome. So I'm just grabbing my stamp. You want to try to keep your fingers off of it as much as possible. The least amount of oil, dust, dirt, and everything else, the longer they're going to last. So there's that. If they start to not stick and they're the cling, the red rubber, you can get some cling adhesive and redo them. The photopolymer you can wash. So, all right. So now I think we got all our pieces and parts. Okay, so we're going to flip over. And this is going to be, let's do a little bit here. Ooh, I'm almost out. We'll see if we make it to the end. All right, so I'm going to try to line up. Oh, I got that one ragged edge. Looks like I'm going to have to be changing out a blade. All right, so then we've got our other piece here. Okay. Then we've got our Hello Handsome. And then last but very not least, and I'm going to do these with mini dimensionals. You can also do them with glue dots. You can probably do them with seal, but I'll be honest with you, I've done them with seal in the past and they have not worked out so great. They tend to wiggle. So if you do glue dots, make sure you do at least 2. So we're going to peel these backs off, and then I got to figure out which way the curves go because I can never remember. I know, I should remember, but I don't. Hey, look at that. All right, so we're gonna go about midway and about midway, and there's our second card. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so I saved the hardest one for last. I know, lucky me, huh? But it'll be okay. I shouldn't say it's the hardest. It's the most tedious though. Okay, so now we're gonna make this guy. And this guy requires another circle. And it also requires this. And it also requires, I'm gonna call this the Argyle. I don't know what else to call it, so that's what I'm choosing to call it. Okay, so we're gonna get our pieces cut for it. Meaning our cardstock first, because obviously if I don't have cardstock to cut, guess what? I don't have anything else, right? Okay, so we've already got our card base somewhere in the pile. That one was supposed to be the skinny one. Oh well. So this is thick basic white cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. If you want long skinny, you can do that too. It's no problem. Then I've got a piece of the designer series paper, and this we're gonna cut at 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab a piece of, this is the brushed metallic, one of the brushed metallics, but any gold kind of color will work. And then this is gonna get cut at 3 3/4 by 5. I'm not going to go all the way down so I can keep my 12 by 12 intact, because you never know what projects you're going to need, right? This has to go like this. So we're going to go 3 3/4 by 5. And then this, and you can feel where it kind of cuts off, as it were. So there's that. All right. Having this nice little pile going on. So, all right, so now we're gonna do this guy last, because it's gonna be a little tedious and it'll be okay. And then we're gonna cut out our circle out of that, and we're gonna do one more label. Okay. Whew. Okay. And all right, back to that, right? So we're gonna grab our basic white. This is just a scrap. We're gonna do a circle. This is the All That Dies. And then, no, we're not gonna do a circle. That's the label. Hello, I'm sorry, I got confused. So there's the label. We're gonna push that up. And then we're gonna stick our mat, and we're gonna conserve a little bit, and we're gonna cut our middle out. If you don't think you're going to be able to stamp your middle the first time, there's room for 2. Okay? But I'm going with it. We're just going to say that. Okay? I'm standing up. See how much easier that is when I stand up? Okay. Now I can sit back down. Okay. So all right, so this is gonna go back in the dies. This is the mat. This is what we're gonna emboss on, so we're gonna put that on top of the block. Huh. Y'all are giving recipes and I'm sitting here creating. Awesome. All right, so this embossing with the dies bit. Okay, so you're gonna grab your bottom plate. You're gonna grab your cutting plate, not the adapter. You're gonna put your cardstock down. Then I'm gonna put my dies, and hopefully they stay. My paper's a little curved till you run it through a couple times. It'll be a little curved. We'll see how it goes. All right, and then you would say, oh, a cutting plate. No, believe it or not, it's the specialty plate that we normally do embossing. It says this is not a cutting surface. So here's the deal. It does indent a tiny bit in, so if it bugs you that it's not like perfectly smooth, buy a second one just for this and mark it, okay? But for me, I'm like, close enough, right? So we're gonna stick this down here. So we have the big chunker, number 1. We have no number 2. We have the clear cutting plate, number 3. We have the cardstock, we have the die, and then we have the specialty plate, okay? And this is fairly loose, so it should go fairly quick. And yes, I have to do it a couple of times. Cooking show or a card show. All of the above, Randy. Nice to see you, though. So, all right. So now we are going to line these up again. Am I on camera or off? I'm just off. We're gonna line them up again, and we're gonna run it through. So when you order the materials, you are going to have this already done for you. That's why I said you could probably finish in like 20 minutes, right? So now we've got that done. Oh, that one went crooked. Oh well. And you can make the pattern as tight as you want or not. It's up to you. So if you guys don't know, Randy has his own engraving business. He's usually across from me at the farmer's market. And he, like the rest of us, fits in nicely because he has snark just like the rest of us. Why not both? I don't know. Why not both? Let's go, huh? All right, so we're gonna finish this pattern up. So if you don't want to do the whole thing, just do a diagonal, just do a straight, just do a couple. It's whatever you want to do, okay? Just realize that the middle of it is gonna get covered a little. Oh, and you want to line up with your platform on the deck of the machine. Why? So you don't have to line it up and then move it. That was the hardest thing for me to learn, was to stack it all on the machine and not try to hold the sandwich together and then put it on the machine. No, just line it up straight on. It'll be fine. So this should, in theory, be done. There's my 2 dies. I wanted to make sure. Okay. Love having my camera mount down. Then I don't have to worry about if it's gonna wobble on me. Huh. So look at that. Except for that one that went crooked. Hey. So, but do you see they're just barely kind of cut through? So it works perfectly. All right, so the sandwich on that is your base plate, the no adapter, the cutting plate, the normal clear, your paper, cardstock, whatever, foil, and then your die. Oh, it was so close. I just ran out. Your die. Let me get a refill real quick. 1 second. Shameless advertising. Well, it's got to be good for something, huh? So, Randy's good people. He's a retired Marine, so, and he's the guy that saw my crazy when I was doing, okay, don't say nothing, but saw my crazy when I was trying to set up stages. He was at the base doing the delivering the music stage for Pioneer Days when I was crazy enough to volunteer. Yeah. So that crooked one I'm putting at the bottom because I don't want it to be the first thing your eye sees. All right, so foil, don't push with your fingers. You're going to turn it over and do this because you don't want fingerprints on it. Okay, it's just that simple. So this we're going to wait on. We're going to stamp and emboss our adventure thing. And then we'll be good. So every day is an adventure. And if you don't know who I'm married to, that is so true for my life. My life would be so boring if it weren't for Joel and Tara. Oh my gosh. So, all right. I'd be at home doing crafts all day, and that's it. So, let me... All right. So, grabbing our Versamark. If you want to take your embossing buddy and take the static out, you can, but I'm going to live on the wild side. The embossing buddy is now included in your, it's called a embossing toolkit, I believe. So, if you don't have one from way back when, I still have mine from way back when, so it's just what it is. All right, so now we're gonna grab, make sure to not put your fingers where you just stamped. So we're gonna grab our white embossing powder. Did you see how I have Sharpied? I couldn't read that little writing. So yes, I'm dumping a whole bunch because I wanna make sure, right? Worst thing is to not get it covered, right? All right. Okay. Put this to the side, grab my heat tool. And where's my tweezers? Those come in that embossing toolkit as well. Just FYI for you. Do not hit where you just did. So Randy is at the farmer's market every week, whereas I am only there once a month. So if you want to talk about me, you can go any other week except for the first week, because that's when I'm there. I'm just teasing. But he does have some good stuff, so if you want something personalized, kind of like, oh, what was the name of that shop that went out of business? Remember yours, or, oh, who knows? Does anybody remember? Can you comment? I'm trying to remember the name of that shop. You could buy a jewelry box and then have it engraved. Do you remember? I'm talking back in the 80s and early 90s. I'm trying to remember the name of the shop. I can't remember. So you want to heat that until those crystals melt together and become one solid thing. Okay? So now we're going to cut this guy in half. Okay? We're going to put some seal on the back of here. Now, when you do this, did you notice that I cut it in half and then came to do the seal? You want to make sure that this is cool so you don't flip it over and it's still got a little bit of cooling down to do, and then you end up with it sticking to your scrap mat because you haven't let it cool all the way down. So you want to make sure that your embossed image is all the way cool. Okay? All right, and then we're gonna see if we're straight or not. We got a second to kind of mess with it. And then we're gonna put a whole bunch of dimensionals. If you do not do dimensionals, do not do seal. Why is that? Because this is on foil, and foil does not like the Stampin' Seal for some reason. So if you don't want it popped up because you're mailing it because of whatever reason, use your mini glue dots, okay? So, all right, so there we go. Okay, and there's our third card. Remember when? But thank you. I always walked in there to look at stuff and then it was so expensive. I think I only bought something like one time, which is probably why they went out of business. But I got some really cool ideas because I was creative. I've been creative since I was like, well, born. But my grandma helped that. If you look on my YouTube page, my picture of my grandma and me at like 4 years old. So, alrighty. So those are the 3 cards. You'll get all the materials for $15 mailed to you. all the hard part's already done. You just do a couple quick stamps and you'll be set. And follow me on the blog for tomorrow. I will have the tutorial up, or at least the supply list up for all this with the link to the video and all the other stuff and all in one place, so that way you can do it easily, find it easily. And I should tell you that website, huh? stampingwithjohnny.com. Thank you. Have a great evening, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.